Hey traders from around the world, welcome to your Wednesday real life stock review. I trust you are doing simply splendidly sensational. We got the SPY on the board today, and granted the market is still open as I'm doing this review, so things are subject to change due to volatility. But I love this resistance right here. Very nice. Again, this triangle pattern, I may have been one of the first to see it, but I'm now not the only one because it is most certainly all over the internet now. So simply meaning that this pattern is recognized by everyone at this point. So if we break out, it won't be easy. It's gonna look something like this and something like that. It'll be kind of gross, take a while. Great for bull put spreads. I mean, if you're an option trader, you're gonna have a good time with this breakout. If you're not an option trader, I know a company that will teach you all you need to know for free. But anyway, I do expect that breakout to occur. I still expect this to continue bullish to neutral. If we don't break out, we just kind of rest and trade sideways, that's also okay. But at least we'll have a bullish to non-directional kind of approach. I mean, we are smack dab in the middle of these long-term moving averages. So maybe even an iron condor could work out okay. But keep an eye on SPY to do its thing. You know, here's the Dow Jones ETF. Most of the market looks pretty identical. So the Dow working on slowly breaking out. 3-day pattern right here. Just gorgeous. So we'll see exactly how that transpires and what ends up happening. Only had one request today, so I'm just going to look at a few stocks. Here's at Goldman Sachs, and the Goldman Sachs I was really looking at just a few days ago, the 220-215 June bull put spread for Goldman Sachs. That's again for my option sellers, and that is below the 100 simple moving average. Crazy part is there is a little bit of premium down there, not a lot. About 10% for June on Goldman Sachs. I'm probably going to be doing that at some point today. But I like the little gap. I like the support. It's at a buy low, sell high. So, you know, buy low, sell high. Speaking of buy low, sell high, here's WDC, Western Digital. Check out this weekly chart. Also at a support, also at the 100 and 200 simple moving averages. So here's the daily time frame. And if we get a good bounce or a good breakout or a close above here, you can look to play that bullish, or if you're just looking at buying at the same spot that it rolled over at, 76.24, so about another $1 cheaper, could be a spot where you at least try to pick up a share or two, and again, just have your stop in place to see if that thing bounces on Western Digital. Starting to keep AAOI on my watch list. So here's the daily chart, and it gapped down on earnings, but it has been working on breaking above these long-term moving averages. So what I'm looking for on AAOI is realistically just going to keep an eye on this thing to close, kind of like this. And then if it does close, I'll look to get in there with a stop there on AAOI. The good news is you got exponential moving averages, right? You're kind of above those. The weekly charts, you're above some of those. Long-term moving averages, you're right in the middle. So this thing had a massive run up in 2016, 2017, from 10 bucks to 100 bucks, no big deal. And then it's retested with that head and shoulders pattern right there, broke lower and just really screamed down into the 200 simple moving average. So is this going to recover? Possibly, but I'm starting to watch it. My buddy Adam Ferragali, AMC, he's watching this one pretty closely. And AMC, just to give you some shocking info, is actually less valuable as far as market cap wise than Roku right now, which I don't know if that means Roku is overvalued or AMC is undervalued or possibly both. But it does look like AMC is going to try to form an ugly version of some type of inverted head and shoulders pattern where the neckline looks a little bit like right about here. So if you're a moviegoer, if you're a big fan of AMC, if you like the product, if you know how they make money, if you go pretty often, they do pay dividends. It is at a buy low, sell high spot, meaning it's not going to be quick, it's not going to be pretty. But if she trades down to about 15 bucks, I could see why one would look to pick up a share or two, and then maybe at 12.50, and really just play this channel as a support. Again, it will take some time. It's not going to be a fast mover, and it just looks like it's an accumulation process. So just something to keep in mind. Under Armour, same thing. So Under Armour, again, if you go out to the weekly chart, look at this just torrential, just getting shredded from 52 down to 12 bucks. Oh, that's funny. Huge crush. I mean, broke support. This is pretty much when you knew Under Armour was over back at 27. And So now it's an accumulation phase, right? I mean, it's chopping around. You got some good volume spikes. You have some higher lows. You're above the long-term moving averages on the daily. Those are about to cross. I'm not saying it's going to go higher from here, but I'm simply saying, again, if you or your children like Under Armour, or you wear Under Armour, you're a big fan of the product, you know, if it pulls back down to this $15 area, could be a longer term play, maybe one that you sell some puts on, but buy low, sell high on Under Armour, as the financials and the fundamentals on this one really not that bad, and if anything, probably is hoping for some type of buyout. And last but not least, here's Box, BOX. This is not Dropbox, similar product, but keep an eye out on this one because it has broken out of this distribution, this resistance, right? It traded sideways in here for quite some time, just chopped around, boom, 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 and now we're breaking out. So the trend is unquestionably bullish, all kinds of volume, looks nice. Obviously not the time to buy right now, but the daily chart, you know, it's in a bullish trend. So oftentimes the hardest part about trading is just determining the direction for a lot of traders, especially if you're newer. So if you're looking for this thing to pull back, hashtag buy the salsa on ticker symbol BOX and see how she plays out. Final one for the review today is Apple, AAPL, and these red bars are an exact replica of this pattern right here on Apple. And what I was doing is yesterday I kind of saw some similarities and notice this little double bottom right here. Actually, let me pull up the long-term moving averages. So it's kind of like double bottomed off the 200. Let me just hide everything for a second. Double bottom off the 200 simple moving average. Trade up, a bunch of white candles. It gapped up, white candle gapping up, retest gap, next candle, black candle, small body, upper shadow. Double bottom off the 200, trading higher with a bunch of white candles, white candle gapping up, retest gap, gapping up again the next day. Small candle body, a little bit of an upper shadow, meaning I think that this candle and this candle have some similarities. So all I did is just copy that exact pattern and moved it over, and there you have it. So we'll see if these 190 covered calls expire worthless. They probably do. My buddy Victor has a 205. Once Apple hits the mid 190s, it's going to be a $1 trillion market cap company, the first ever. And I think it's going to do that. It's just a matter of time. And if my models are correct, right when it hits $1 trillion and everyone talks about how amazing Apple is, it'll have a little bit of a pullback. So, you know, long term, it's going to be very difficult to not make money trading Apple shares. It's one of the stocks it's better to own rather than to trade, just because they make so much money. I mean, they make so much money. Their earnings just last quarter was more than Procter & Gamble makes all year, to give you an idea of the size of this company. So anyway, buy the dip. It's all-time highs. Buy the pullback, buy the salsa, buy the retracement, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, that's my review for today. If you guys have any requests, feel free to throw them my way. Remember, I look at this stuff for free. I'll see you on Friday, and until then, remember, love life, live life, and trade it. You rock. Bye.